Hello everyone, it's Kristen Redmond, and today we're going to go over that planetary energy that's surrounding us for the week, January 24th through the 30th. And this week we have no new planetary energies happening. We have no major connections between the planets that are going to be occurring, and we don't have any planets transiting into new signs or new houses. So this week we really kind of focus on the energies that are no longer connecting and the ones that are leaving us. And the first one that we're going to start with is the full moon. We just had the full moon last night on Saturday, the 23rd. The full moon represents when we take that new moon energy of dumping all of the gunk that we no longer need, recognizing the things that in our life no longer serve us, and we want to rid ourselves of them so we can grow. We put that into the new moon, okay? And then as the moon grows over the next 2 weeks and is illuminated a little more and more and more every night, then those blessings come forth at the time of the full moon. So last night, we were really bestowed with a lot of blessings. And when you think of it, when we had the new moon that had gone through, this was back on the 9th, I believe, 2 weeks ago. That was kind of more of a time of a really good time for people to focus on that purging, right? Because it was the new year and we're ready to have those resolutions and kind of dump out what we no longer need. But then Mercury being in retrograde kind of thwarted our progress, right, with keeping any of those resolutions, which is fine. Actually, planetarily, it's better this year to wait until Mercury goes out of retrograde tomorrow on the 25th. But with that new moon phase, we really had that chance to really focus on what we wanted to change, and put that into the new moon. And especially with having Mercury that had just gone into retrograde. I mean, literally, it had gone in the day before. And that Mercury retrograde, it really is a time for us to look within, okay, and really restructure, replan, reorganize, anything, okay, redefining those boundaries in your life. And that's what that Mercury retrograde represents. So we had all of that planetary energy behind us, right, to really make a good ideal plan for how we wanted to change this year, okay? And we put that into the new moon with all of that Mercury retrograde energy. And in the past few weeks, we've been able to really focus on that, how we really want our plan to go, how we want to really change it for this coming year, and what no longer serves us, and where we find our power, okay? That's what's beautiful about it being that full moon last night, because it was in Leo. And that Leo represents that power, that strength that we have, and the confidence that we would need. Okay, we're getting that blessing of confidence that's bestowed on us, so that way we can actually, tomorrow when Mercury goes direct, okay, it's going to be direct in that sign of Capricorn, and Capricorn's all about hard work and really digging in and digging your heels in and getting that job done. So we have that energy behind us with those blessings of the new moon, okay? Like I said, Mercury goes out of retrograde tomorrow. That's a big thing. When Mercury goes retrograde, if you want to learn a little bit more about it, I'll put the link on my blog where I wrote a blog post about the effects of Mercury retrograde. But it really just is about communications networking. Mercury is a planet of communication, so you may have had emails that didn't go through, phone calls that wouldn't work, your phone didn't work, your computer didn't work, anything like that, anything that has to do with communications, they kind of get a little backwards in that retrograde time frame. So but it's also, like I said before, a good chance to really restructure. It gives your brain a rest from actively doing what it's doing, especially with all these electronic devices, and a time to really reflect in and use that mental energy for that instead on how to restructure your plans. So anyway, so we had that happen. Let's see here, what else we had. Oh, you know what else? We had that Pluto, Uranus, and that retrograde Mercury was a part of it, and our Aquarian sun, okay? We had all those guys making a really nasty square with each other. And when you combine all those together, if you hadn't watched my previous 2 readings, actually, because this has been a few weeks in the making now, When those planets, especially those slower moving planets like Pluto and Neptune and Uranus and Jupiter and Saturn, when they make hard aspects towards one another, these ones in particular, they are shining a light on past issues that are really just, they need to be brought out into the surface, okay? Um, and a lot of it is dealt with in this aspect with all the planetary alignment that was around it, kind of in a unexpected way, okay? That's Uranus for you, all that unexpected energy. So it was a mistake from your past that got brought out. You got called out on the carpet. Something got brought to your attention. Maybe it wasn't something so negative. Maybe it was something along the lines of there was a hidden talent within yourself that you've been repressing for so long because you don't think you're good enough. And maybe a friend of yours said, hey, why don't you take up painting again? I loved when I used to make paintings back in the day when we were kids. Or, you fill in the blank for whatever that may be, something, a hidden talent that you have within yourself, and something's triggered in you. It's that confidence. It's that Leo moon, full moon confidence come through and said, you know what? Yeah, I can do this, and I'm gonna do this. That's that energy. But when those planets make that square, it kind of made things a little more difficult. There was a little bit more difficulty with that. But now that that's letting up tomorrow also, just in time for that Mercury retrograde to stop. How ironic is that, right? Not at all. It's not ironic, because now they're saying, the universe is telling us, you've had enough time to think about what you want to do. Now's that time for action, right? Now's that time to start working on those New Year's resolutions and really putting them into plan. Not thinking anymore. Let's actually start working on it. Let's make those active steps. And there's so much good energy behind us, because now we have a little more confidence. And you know what? You do deserve that, because you do have amazing talents and amazing skills that are in there, and it's time to utilize them. Okay, so that's kind of really the main things that have really happened this week. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my reading for the week for us, just because we know all these wonderful energies that are around us. It's really a good energetic week, okay? So we're going to just go with, I have my angel stones with me today. Usually I've got my ginormous box of stones that I use, but what I do in the full moon is I set my box. I actually have two, surprisingly, my boxes of stones out in that moonlight, that full moonlight. Remember, it's all those blessings, and especially because it was filling us with all that confident, wonderful, fun energy. I like to charge my stones in that, okay? And then I let them go through the next day through a sun cycle also. So those guys are hanging out and, soaking up what they need to, so I can do my readings again. But this one I have right here, these are my Archangel stones. And in my grandma's old jewelry little box. But these ones I associate with each one of the archangels, okay? So what I'm going to do is see which one intuitively I'm going to feel guided to today that's going to be bringing us a message for the week. Okay. Ooh, it's Raziel. Hey. Raziel, that's super awesome, okay, because Raziel is the archangel for the sign of Leo, and we were just talking about all that Leo energy, about having confidence and creativity and strength in yourself. That's Leo, that's Raziel, okay? He's the color of the rainbow. He encompasses every wonderful facet of the human being that we are, okay? He is the angel of dreams, and looking back into our esoteric beginnings so we can see what our soul's purpose is here to do. And he is also the angel that helps to give us that confidence to do it. So it's kind of ironic that he happens to be the one here. He's also the archangel for me because I am a Leo. So it's interesting because I was thinking that earlier. I'm like, this is interesting. I got my stones for my angels. I wonder if Raziel's going to come through, and he does. And it's interesting to see what it is he's going to have to say. He's a magician too. That's the thing they say about him. He can make anything happen. He gives us that confidence and our ability to manifest what we want. Okay, so let's see what he has to say. because Leo dominates the 5th house in the zodiac wheel. I'm going to shuffle 5 times. 5 also leads to change. That's what that number really represents. It's change and freedom, really. So let's see. Whoa, runaway cards. I'm getting so busy talking there. I'm going to count that as 2. So here we go. Raziel, what do you need to tell us this week? What do we have that ability to manifest and change in our lives? What do you need to tell us? Knight of Earth. It's time to buckle down and get things done. Oh, well, how ironic is that? You know, I mean, really, seriously. I think that's, you know what? I'm sorry that this reading is so simplistic this week, but it's just like they're saying, hey, man, the energy's awesome. You've done so much work into thinking about what you've done and how you want to change things, and now is the time to do it. Let me read you exactly what this says. It says, time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. And it also represents a guardian angel, okay? Knights represent that young male energy, so you think it's somebody that's very motivated, very, very strong. They have physical strength, they have stamina. And the Earth suit represents our physical needs, okay? And money and tangible items, our health, things that are physically tangible, you can touch them. So he is bringing us this message that it's time to really find that motivation within yourself to really get those wheels moving forward, okay? And honestly, when you think about that, I pulled Raziel into this now because I'm thinking, what would he want to do with the 2 of these? He is that one that gives you that confidence to do this, right? Or whatever else it is you're lacking that keeps you from manifesting what you want. He's that one that can come to you in your dreams, give you messages that way. He's the prophetic dream angel. And he may do it another way. You don't know. But a wonderful way tonight would be, especially if you have a clear quartz, and since we're still in that full moon cycle of that Leo, really pull that in, okay? Put this guy up to your 3rd eye. Put it on your heart center. If you're feeling that there's something blocking you here, if you're feeling that your confidence isn't good enough and you don't think you're good enough to move forward and lose that weight or to find that job or whatever it is that's holding you back, if there's a fear along those lines, put it at your solar plexus, around your belly button, okay? That's going to shore up that confidence right there. But no matter what, this is a card of success, okay? You will get it done as long as you stay determined to do it, right? And then let's get an energetic card here, because they may focus on this. Raziel, I think, may focus on a specific center where this energy's at, or it just may be the word itself that he wants to give us for encouragement. I'm going to shuffle this 5 times also, because that's how Raziel does. All right, 3. Oh my goodness, I am like the card dropper today. Sorry. This is 4. Yeah. Okay, Raziel, come on through. What encouragement do you have for us to get this job done? Facade. Okay. Now, I know facade is... Okay. Ooh, I'm just saying... Okay, he's saying that it's not a matter of saying, it's a matter of doing. Walk the walk is what I feel. Don't just say you're going to do this anymore. It's really time to really walk that walk. And I love that this pulls in, because we were just talking about that solar plexus center. That's the yellow center right there at our navel point, okay? That's where all of that lack of self-confidence comes from. And a lot of times that is what holds us back, right? We don't think we're good enough. We don't think we're strong enough. But Raziel tells us we are, because he's that magician, okay? Gonna lead us to a good week, okay? Have faith in yourself, right? I have faith in you, okay? Because you're watching this. I know that you care enough about yourself in this year and what it brings for you, and you want that change, and it's coming because you have that drive within, okay? Let those talents out. enjoy this week of wonderful energy and be proud in yourself and the accomplishments that you've done up until this point, and what will power you, Raziel, to get these new goals accomplished. Okay? Have a wonderful week, everybody. Goodbye.